What's up? Welcome back. As you can see, I already started braiding my hair and I got my little setup going on. I got that rack off of Amazon, and at first I thought it was pointless, but it's actually really useful if you do your hair yourself. And I just am using some old hair that I have stored that I need to get used. So let's get started. A little soca for the soul, you know the vibes. All right, but as you can see, I'm brushing out my hair. This actually is not blown out hair. I don't like blowing out my hair when I'm putting braids in my hair because the point of braiding my hair is to reduce heat. The point of being natural is to have reduced heat, so I feel like blowing out my hair is completely pointless. So I actually just washed my hair like earlier in the week, and then I did two braids in the front later on in the week to make my hair more manageable. And then on the day that I was getting ready to braid my hair, I just combed it all out, and it was relatively easy to part and separate my hair, as you can see, and I didn't have to blow out my hair or apply any heat. So the first thing that I do obviously is, put as much gel as I feel necessary. And as you can see right here, the part isn't all that clean, but that's okay because when we get to the top of my hair, my parts are cleaner because I'm more able to see them better. And that was my cat Gumdrop making a special appearance. But I just start braiding my hair as far down as I possibly can. And from doing braids over time, I actually find that it's faster to just like braid it, as much as you can. You don't have to braid it all the way to the end and just stop and then come back to it. All right, so now that we got a better view of my head, you can see what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take my braiding hair and I'm gonna put it over my real hair, and then I just kind of loop it around my real hair, if that makes sense. Like I grab the other piece, as you can see, I'm doing that under the braid, and then I'm gonna twist it so it makes a little loop, and then I go ahead and start braiding. So my braids aren't necessarily knotless, but it's not, the big knots that you're used to seeing. Like if you pay attention, you can see it's just like a mini small knot, but it's not necessarily knotless or, braids with knots. And then I just go ahead and continue braiding down the rest of my hair as far as I can. And I obviously turn the braid to the side. That way I'm not overreaching and, stressing out my back and my shoulders and my arm trying to continuing braiding backwards when I can just flip the braid and bring it to the front and make the whole process easier. So obviously with my hair being dyed a completely different color and me not being a professional braider, it's very hard to blend, but I just blend it as best as I can. And honestly, it don't bother me. I feel like it still looks good, but if you want your braids blended, as best as they can possibly be, then you let me know what works best for you and we could share some tips together, because I don't know, I try my best to blend as much as I possibly can, but there's only so much you could do when you're braiding your own hair and the colors are drastically different. So the first thing I do is I just take the braiding hair and I wrap it around my natural hair, and I do like a little twisty thingy, and I just start braiding, and I'm going to show you better in the next clip. You can see more clearly, I grab the other side of the braiding hair from under the braid, I pull, I do my little loop so it can be nice and tight, and then I just go ahead and start braiding. Sorry that it cut off like that. As you can see, my camera died, so I had to come back and reposition it, and I zoomed in just a little bit too much, but it's all right. So, you can go ahead and pretend that this is a continuation of the last clip, but that same thing that I just did that really quickly right here, but my hands were kind of blocking that. And I just keep braiding all the way down as best as I can. And with the colors being drastically different, I try to blend the hair as best as I can. And the way that I blend is I just split not only the colored hair, but my hair between the three strands that I have. And like I said, that's what works for me and I'm okay with it. If there is a better way of blending that you know of, definitely let me know. And you know, sometimes I mess up because I'm not a licensed professional braider, as you can see. But I did find a clip of an old clip of me attempting to do a braiding video, so I'm gonna include those bloopers now. So now I'm just gonna throw some mousse on this. Throw some mousse on it. Throw some. This is the mousse I'm using. I don't really think it matters. It's Pantene. Kind of felt like I was putting like whipped cream on like a cake or something. My hair is the cake. Share, show a friend, do whatever it is you do, but don't forget about me.